Hello, welcome to today's episode of the Group Therapy Podcast. Today we have actress who is just beating down the door for movies here. I mean, you're pounding them out left and right here. Morgan Thompson. I've discovered you through talking with Jamie and Angel, and it sort of just snowballed. And as I told both of them, I want to have all three of you on one show, maybe down the line a little bit. So
that would be so much fun. Oh,
yep.
That'd be so fun.
Tell us about yourself.
Well, I am so bad at this portion of the podcast. I'm not a very exciting person, even though it might look like I would be. I love video games, horror movies. I collect collectibles. Really into serial killer memorabilia. I have some of my favorites above me. What would you like to know?
So how did you get into acting?
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I got into acting kind of like on a whim. So I spent quite a bit of time as a child watching scary movies. Didn't really have a lot of friends. I was bullied and stuff. So I found solace in the stuff that my dad was really into at the time, because my mom worked a lot and my dad was very into can you hear my ferret jingling in the background?
Nope.
Well, he stopped right now because
Don't feel bad. I have a cat that she's hiding now.
He's got a jingle collar on, and I can take it off of him if I need to. It sounds like Christmas in here. So I watched a lot of I watched a ton of anime and I watched a lot of scary movies. That's where I got my escape from. And then I think I started being a haunt actor freshman year of high school. I was 15 or 16. Okay, so maybe sophomore year high school. I started working at Robert Kurtzman's haunted house. It was called Paranormal Penitentiary, but then they changed it to Blood Prison. I was there for about 5 years, 6 years, something like that. And then a makeup artist by the name of David Greathouse was working there as well. And he also does movies and things like that. And it kind of happened that he really enjoyed what I brought to the table. So he opened up doors for me, got me my first kind of extra role in a movie called Death Metal Movie, which is fucking phenomenal. It's got Caitlin Newberry in it. Caitlin Newberry is literally the epitome of amazing actresses out of Ohio. She's my idol. I love her. If you haven't heard of her, you need to look her up. She's fucking amazing.
Awesome.
And then it just kind of went from there. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go shut my door really fast.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
We did start a little early, so it's a little my fault. Sorry.
No, you're all good. You're all good. I had to let my dogs outside, because if not, they would not have let me done this interview. So
usually everything is quiet and well maintained, but I started a little early, so everyone's rattling and jingling around. So I figured I'd just shut the door and try to avoid it altogether right now.
Yeah. I told my wife, I was like, I got interviews on Sunday. And she's like, oh, okay. And then I told her, I was like, I have 3 interviews on Sunday. And she's like, oh, okay. And I was like, all right. Then I went down to 2, because the other guy's up in Michigan and he got hit with that ice storm. So he has no internet. So he can't even do the show tonight. So
I didn't even know there was an ice storm in Michigan.
I didn't know either. And I was up there Friday night. I went up there and it was I thought they got hit.
Oh my God.
Storm. And they're like, yeah, 2 days ago. And they're still not recovering from it. I'm like, oh, well, it's nice up here. Oh, well.
That's crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah. But I guess in parts of Detroit, they still don't have power. I'm like,
well, I hope that they get power soon. I mean, it's not cold here, but I'm assuming if it's an ice storm, it must be fucking cold there. So, Jesus.
It was Thursday, it was almost 70 here in Ohio. Up there, it was 50. Friday when we left, it was jacket weather here. And by the time I got up there, I had my hoodie, my big leather jacket on, and gloves. I'm standing outside trying to get in there and go see wrestling, and I'm freezing my butt off. So I'm like, nope.
Oh my God.
So it's Michigan, so it's always cold there. I mean, you could go up there in July and it'd probably still be cold in some parts.
I only go to Michigan to get my marijuana.
Yeah. Where do you
Yeah.
go?
I go right over the border, not even 3 hours away from Ohio.
Yeah,
And I
we
go to
go.
this amazing little shop. I'm not going to name drop or anything because I'm not quite sure how all of that works.
Yeah, I'm
But
not
they're
gonna
great, and
lie.
I love them. And they know my face at this point. So,
Well, I've never smoked. I've smoked off and on trying to get, but I've never been able to really get anything. A few months back, my buddy goes, "Have you tried edibles?" I'm like, "No." So he hooked me up, and first he gave me Skittles, and I was like, I ate the entire bag and nothing. I'm like, oh man, so it's gonna be like smoking. So I'm never gonna get nothing out of this. And then he goes, we went up to this dispensary up there, and he goes, try these. Gets me these gummies, and he goes, take half of one. You're not ready for it yet. I'm like, all right. I took half of one. About an hour later, nothing. I'm getting aggravated. So I took a full one, threw a full one in, nothing. And I'm like, man, this is not good. Threw the half of the other one in, ate that. And so I'm sitting on the couch back here watching TV. Wife went to bed.
oh my
I'm
God, they
reading a comic,
metabolize.
and all of a sudden, I'm like, oh man, it's finally kicking in. And I'm like, all right, cool. But it's like 2:30 in the morning. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed now, man. I'm mellow out. So I wake up the next
Oh,
morning and I'm like, all right, this isn't cool. So I go take a shower, I eat, I come back up, I wake my wife up, and I go, oh man, Tina. Uh-oh. She goes, what's the matter? I was like, I think I fucked up. She goes, why? She goes, I'm still high. And
no.
I was still, and this is 9:30 in the morning, so I'd been 7 hours, and it was still, and I'm like, and on top of it, I ended up getting sick too, which is not. I had no voice, I couldn't hardly talk, and
So
I was on.
you got high and then you got sick.
Yep. So,
I'm
but
so
no, we
sorry.
go up there and we swing by and we stop, and I get some gummies, and come back down here to Ohio and eat the gummies, and
The edibles kick my ass entirely. Well, it all kicks my ass, and that's the point. It keeps me nice and docile.
well, we like I said, I never, and all of a sudden, but it never hits the same way. I'll take two one night, and I'll be like, and then two the next night from the same batch, and I'll be like, I'm okay, whatever.
Do you have some trauma?
Probably, yeah. Yeah,
Like,
I
if
do.
you have some, I mean, I honest to God, like I've noticed, and because I always take like whenever I travel dance, I always take my pen with me and I always talk to like my clients about like smoking and things. And a lot of my clients happen to be like late 30s and up
Hmm.
gentlemen.
Hmm.
And a lot of them say that marijuana definitely has a either no effect or random effect on them. And they just don't really like even see the point in messing with it because it just really doesn't do anything for them half the time. And then when it does, it always like is at the worst times.
Yeah.
And I often wonder if it's like something in the water kind of deal. Like I wonder if it's like maybe just, a product of how like you guys were raised or like, maybe they really were putting drugs in the freaking cocoa puffs and like trying to drug you guys. So
Try to mellow us out as kids because every
they
kid
did.
that
They
I
put
grew up.
drugs in Frosted Flakes. For the longest time, I looked that up. It was legit, and that is crazy to
Yeah,
me.
yeah, because it started out as a food created by there goes your poster. It's attacking you.
Brad
Um,
Twig, I want to complain about this fucking poster. Damn it now. Get it together, Brad. This is the director of Killer Camp Out Part 2, which I'm in.
well, hopefully next weekend, next Sunday, I have a interview with Don Farmer. So director from Debbie Does Demons there.
I
So
love Donald.
all because
Donald's the
of
best.
I was on Angel's Facebook getting stuff ready for her episode, and I found her reel, and I watched little bits of Debbie Does Demons. I was like, that's funny. And I'm like, well, is it out? And I start looking it up, and it's not. She said it's not available yet. So I got a hold of him, found him, asked him when it's available so I can watch it. So
I would have too. It's going to be really, really fun. Debbie Does Demons it's a fun movie. I was very excited to take on the role of Lauren.
that's like I said, I only got to watch like maybe 7 minutes total of it, and what I saw was hilarious. So I'm hoping that kind of sticks in there, and I can't wait to see it.
It is just absolute horror comedy. It was really hard for me to maintain composure most times on set because a lot of the shit that was said is like Angel says some things that it's really hard for you not to laugh. Like even though it is kind of in a serious don't you do it. Don't. It is kind of a serious movie. But or like serious moments, but it's just the things that she's saying that you can't not giggle at her.
Well, and I'm not gonna lie, I did not realize how short she was until you guys posted the picture on Facebook together.
I had heels on. I had platforms on. That's why Angel. She is indeed. I think she's an inch shorter than me. Because I'm 5'1", and I think she's like 4'11" or something like that. She's like tiny.
5. So yeah,
she's really easy to pick up too. I picked her up at the Shockathon. It was a great experience.
Yeah, but
next time I'm going to pick her up and I'm going to just steal her. Just going to take her and run.
Mine, run off with her.
Literally, I am. I'm going to take her and keep her.
Doesn't occupy a whole lot of space, so you're good there.
No, and she's usually like she's quite quiet. She's very funny. She's really sweet. Like and we like the same kind of foods. I think that she would be a great little pocket gremlin. Honestly, I'm gonna ask her if I can do that. Let's see if she'll move in to my pocket.
There you go.
I have snacks for you, Angel. Get in my pocket.
Oh,
when she sees this.
Well, if everything goes all right, though, this won't drop this week. It'll drop next Monday. Just to give you a heads up, Monday at noon. So I'll give you a heads up. Jamie's drops tomorrow.
What is the date of next Monday?
The 7th.
I think that's right before I leave. Awesome. That's right before I leave to film Waspzilla with her.
There you go. So you guys can be like,
I'm gonna put her in my pocket and run with her after that set's over. I am.
Yeah, oh, man. You'd be like one of them, get this big messenger bag and just kind of stick her in the messenger bag.
And just stuff her in it like a little chihuahua, like those white girls in Beverly Hills with their little dogs, except it's Angel. Paul's gonna be looking everywhere for her. He's gonna be like, "Where's my girlfriend at? Where in the?" And I'm just gonna be like, "I have no clue." Shoving her head back down in the bag. Don't know.
She'd be like get her like a Star Wars. She could have her in your backpack like a Yoda.
Oh my God, we could get her a little bubble backpack so that she can see everything through the window. That is immaculate. Oh my God, I love that.
Let's make it build one of those. That's not that bad.
I think so, honestly. Like a little, like the box that Tanjiro carries Nezuko in Demon Slayer, but with a window.
There you go.
That would be cute. Love it.
So, anime. Got it. You're like the first big anime person that I've talked to on here. What's your favorite anime?
Oh, sweet merciful Christ.
Or what's your go-to anime? What's the one that you can always watch whenever?
So I think I have quite a few of those, honestly. I own the anime. Let's go this way. The anime I own the most merchandise of is Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I was raised on Dragon Ball. That I have quite a few Dragon Ball tattoos. I am literally mildly obsessed with Yamcha. He's useless in all regards except baseball, but I don't care. He's pretty. And And then after that, I really love Demon Slayer. I have quite a bit of Demon Slayer merchandise, and that one's kind of new, and I'm usually kind of not into new anime. I don't really like the flat 3D stylings that a lot of people are accustomed to nowadays. I was raised on hand-drawn things like Angel's Egg. Elfen Lied was another one. Give me a second here. There's a couple more. I mean, Cowboy Bebop. Digimon was one that was my favorite as a kid. I did not really get into Pokemon. That's like a new thing for me now. I was a Digimon girl. So
Yeah, I grew up in back in the 80s and 90s when it was still Japanimation here in America before everybody called it anime. And when you had to get your stuff imported in from Japan. So
that's what my dad, okay, so like my dad has tons of shit from overseas that you can't even get now. And like growing up, I got bullied for it a lot. And I never realized how cool it was, but now that I'm older and I'm more appreciative of it, I'm like, damn, my dad was hooking me up, dude. Fuck.
Well, that's what my kids are. I have no idea how old you are, but my kids, I was able. They're 26. My one just turned 26. My one's 23, and I hooked them up with Dragon Ball Z when they were kids. So they were getting stuff from Japan before it was available here. So they had already seen all of it before they were, I think, even to the Cell Saga in America. And when my now 23-year-old was growing up, he watched so much subtitled anime he'd speak Japanese. And it slowly
that's how my dad taught me to read as a kid. I mean, like, I played RPGs and I watched anime in Japanese and read the subtitles. That was like part of my books. You know what I mean? Like, and I read comics and I read like J.R. Tolkien books and H.P. Lovecraft and stuff like that. I think your children's and my generation is like one of the last generation to have good, solid access to shit like that, because I've noticed nowadays things are they're short, they're fast, they're the same, just, with different painted, pictures on them and stuff like that.
Yeah. And it's, a while back I bought a Laserdisc collection, all so I could get a big chunk of anime that they had in this collection. I sold off the rest of it, put the rest of it in my collection. But I got Bao, which I don't know if you've ever seen Bao. Love Bao. I got that finally because that's the furthest it's gone is Laserdisc. So I have my Laserdisc copy of Bao, and everybody's like, "How much is that?" I'm like, "It's not for sale, man. It's not.
It's priceless."
Yes,
priceless.
And I bought $500 worth of Laserdiscs for 2 discs. I bought Bao and Dominion Tank Police, the complete collection.
Listen, I just bought a t-shirt that has Dominion Tank Police on it. Not enough people fucking know about that anime, and it breaks my heart.
It's so good.
I love it.
I love
I love anything with tons of fan service. I wish people understood that while children do watch anime is not made for kids. Mm-hmm. And we have to stop pushing the narrative that it is for kids, because it's fucking not. It's literally not. And this wave of anime that we have is so pussified because we want our fucking kids, our sissy kids, to be able to watch it. And like, you know what? If you want your fucking kid to watch Demon Slayer, it has the name Demon Slayer. You probably should understand that it's gonna be not geared towards children. Like, it's not Cuddle Fun Time Rainbow Bright, it's Demon Slayer or Berserk. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, I could rant about that for fucking hours. I really could. They are ruining anime. Well, these fucking kids are ruining anime, in my opinion. But
although I'm not gonna lie, there's been a couple newer animes that I've gotten into.
There's a few that I like, but if you set them side by side with an 80s anime, the style, the story, and everything else is going to be extremely, extremely, like, it's going to be well put together. It's just going to be better in general than the counterpart that we have today. Even like Demon Slayer, which is one of the better ones. or oh god, what's another one? Attack on Titan, which like I still don't even really fucking care about that one, but it is good for what
Yeah,
we have today. It's still not gonna even hold a fucking candle to animation from like the 80s and 90s. It really isn't.
yeah, because that's a completely different beast. You look at that animation back then, and it still holds up today.
It is. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I get anime all the time through my store. So I hate to say it, sometimes I go, oh, okay, nope, that's for sale. This is mine. And
I would. I mean,
I
honestly, I would.
I did it the other day, and I'm sitting there. This guy brings in the entire Dragon Ball series, everything.
Oh God, yeah. I would have been like, that's mine.
So I looked at my kid, and
Coming
I
home.
looked at Joe, and I was like, well, that's not going out for sale. And I said, well, I got to go back home. I got to pull, because I had some of them, but not all of them. Now I have everything. I have from Dragon Ball to Super, every movie, every series, everything. And it's literally stacked up the shop because I'm slowly watching Super now because I didn't watch it when it first aired. So now I'm watching that.
Super
But
is amazing. I love it. I think Super is one that I could probably rewatch consecutively over and over and over again. I just love how daddy Vegeta is. Not like daddy as in like, daddy. I mean daddy as in like he's literally a fucking father and he is not happy about it. And I love watching him love things. It makes him so angry that he has affection towards these humans.
yes. Well, it's like my whole favorite thing was the only thing funny about the funniest thing about Vegeta is he's the only one to become Super Saiyan out of spite.
He is the only. He's such an angry. Well, he's short. He's an angry little shit with a big old forehead.
Yeah, he's got
Of
that
course, he's going to
Napoleon
do it out of
complex.
spite.
Yeah. So
Absolutely, little man syndrome.
so, but no, I got the entire Fist of North Star, and then every time stuff comes in, I got like a bunch of Gundam stuff the other day, and I'm like, oh no, that's
Gundam
mine.
is
I don't have it. Now I have it, and
Blue Sea is good. Big O is good.
oh man, Big O.
Finding those on DVD would be good. My dad has them. I'm gonna inherit the collection
That's
that
what I
he
tell my
has.
kid. I was like, I don't know why you're worried about buying stuff now. You're going to end up with it one day, anyways. So
Yeah, I started buying all the Dragon Ball stuff, and my dad was like, "Will you just stop? Because I'm just gonna give you all of my shit, and when you see it, you're gonna be like, wow, that's 10 times cooler than the shit that I have." So I hold off. I own the first 4 seasons of Dragon Ball Z, the complete series of GT, and then all of the Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball movies. That's it. Which, I mean, is kind of a lot.
oh yeah. Well, I had somebody bring in all of One Piece to a certain point. I'm like, and I'm like, I will not watch One Piece. There's too much.
I love One Piece. I like
much.
One Piece. It's all filler though. So if you don't like filler, don't watch it.
There's literally because what is this? Was it like I think there's like 1,100 episodes.
There's over 1,000 episodes.
Yeah. I was like, I like some of
but
my
I mean,
stuff. 24 and done. 24 and done.
no. You need to just start it from the beginning. It's really easy. Watch it in the English dub. Because if you've watched Dragon Ball in the English dub, you will appreciate the voice actors in the English dub for One Piece. Christopher Sabat does the voice for Zoro, and he does Vegeta, Piccolo, Yamcha, and a couple others, I believe, in Dragon Ball. And there's like future Trunks' voice actor is in it. He does the voice for Sanji. And then I believe Bulma's voice actor is in it, but I can't remember which one of the girls she does.
Yeah.
It's worth it to just put it on and let it run.
Yeah, because I'm a most of the anime that I watch now is like those, like I said, like the 24 and done. You get the 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So like Blade of the Immortal. One of my favorite ones is Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, stuff like that. So weird I don't remember.
I like horror anime, of course. It's kind of a fucking given, I guess. But yeah,
There's
I,
so
I, I
much.
prefer length. I like to get attached to shit and then have it taken away from me.
That's what kills me is when I'm ones where you really start loving a character and then all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, by the way, that character's dead.
I just watched Vampires in the Garden, Vampire in the Garden on Netflix, which by the way, I enjoyed it considering I don't really like a lot of newer stuff. It was really good, but I just got attached to a character. Like I had really, really started to love her. There's only like 12 episodes. Last episode, that's the one character that they take from me. I'm like, you fucking sons of bitches. I spent all that time getting emotionally attached to this thing, and now you're going to take it. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. I'll be back for season 2 now. That's great.
See, this is what's bad about when I grew up, like your dad. I grew up having to do tape trading and get bootleg stuff and get imports and whatnot. Um, One of the best things is that I had a girl I used to hang out with in high school, and she was Japanese. So every summer she would go back to Japan for 3 months and then come back for school. She'd fill VHS tapes for me and bring them back to me. So I was getting all this anime that no one had ever seen. And I remember getting Dragon Ball Z or one of the Dragon Balls in like 1990. And they're like, what is this? I'm like, this is awesome. I don't know what it is. And that's also when you find out there's a creepy ass Ronald McDonald in Japan. If you've ever seen it, you will know.
The commercials in between tapings of like 80s and 90s Japanese things are very uncomfortable. Actually, commercials today are still uncomfortable. They really put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're selling that product and
Oh, yeah.
they're going to sell it by any means necessary.
Oh yeah. So,
good on them.
We'll have to get away from the anime again, or if not, we'll talk about anime the entire time. Okay. So
I don't want my food to get too cold. I'll be so sad.
We'll hurry then. So I got to ask you, what are you currently working on? What movies are you currently working on?
So I'm gonna be leaving pretty much the middle to, well, all the way to April 1st for Waspzilla, which I'll be playing Sheriff Callahan, Deputy Callahan, excuse me, and her twin sister Stephanie. That's my first lead. And then I will also be starring in a movie called XXXmas, directed by James Dean, which I'll be playing Krispy Kreme and Drew Marvick. I'm pretty sure that's how you say his last name. Drew, if you see this and that's not how you say it, please don't hate me. But he's going to be playing Santa Claus, and I'm so excited to finally work with him because I feel like I could really learn quite a bit as an actress from watching this man. I mean, I worked with him, not like directly, but he was on Slaughter on the set for a couple of days, and I got to watch him work. Mm-hmm. And this man, he's so effortless in everything he does. It just flows. And it's like seeing the dude in The Big Lebowski. Like, I just want to be flowing. Like, how do you do that? Please teach me the ways. So I'm really excited for those. And then I just was cast in a couple of Paul Allen's films. I'll be in The First Harvest and Sister Sullivan. Also just announced, like literally just announced, like not even an hour or so ago, SJ. I don't want to mispronounce his last name, so let me just go do this really fast. I don't ever want to. SJ Herman, thank you, there we go. No! Oh, there we are. Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like gonna mispronounce anything. I was just announced that I'll be starring in his latest horror movie, which is a zombie film. It's called Attack of the Corn Zombies, and takes place in the 1950s. I'm so unbelievably excited. I've wanted to be in a zombie movie for so long. They are so terrifying. I just want you all to know that the fear that you see in my eyes on this set in this film is going to be 1000% genuine. They terrify me.
Is it
That is
okay?
all.
Is it the fact that they're because I've talked to people about this, people's fear of zombies. Some people, afraid they're going to eat them. Some people are afraid, they're going to turn into zombies. And then there's the people that it's the concept of just being dead and keeping on going is
I
what
don't want to be
scares me.
eaten alive. That's the only thing that I don't want that. I don't give a fuck about anything else other than the fact. First off, I don't want him to run. I don't want him to run, and I don't want him to make those weird like noises, like If they sound like anything from The Last of Us, I am just gonna dangle from a ceiling fan. I'm not even gonna try. I'm not even gonna go. I'm not even gonna step outside. I'm gonna hear it one time, and I'm gonna be like, "It was nice knowing you. It was nice knowing you guys. It was a good run. I am gonna go up here and hang." No.
So are you one of the ones that like the weird noises from like the Ring movies or something like that freaks you out?
The Ring doesn't scare me. It's more of like, okay, I grew up watching all the zombie movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like I loved old black and white zombie films like White Zombie. I
Yeah.
loved, George Romero's Night of the Living Dead. I got to meet Russ from that film and he was amazing. And then I love Dawn of the Dead. I loved the Dawn of the Dead remake. But that is where I start saying fuck you all. Because they run. They run. Do you remember the armless son of a bitch running in the Dawn of the Dead remake? And he turned and he just went rah, and just fucking hauled ass. I would have turned that gun on myself so fucking fast, it's not even funny. I would be like, oh! In the beginning of that movie, when that little girl came hauling ass in there, why would you even... I could rant about this. I'm so sorry. There's so much in that movie that is just a no. Like the first fucking 30 minutes wouldn't have even happened for me because that little girl wouldn't have even made it into the bedroom. I would have kicked the shit out of her and shut that door so fast.
See, I want to know. Here's the thing: how the hell did the little girl get in the house?
She just fucking lets herself in. It seemed like, because the way he answered, like when he woke up and saw her, it seemed as though maybe she had already been given access to this home before. Like maybe she had her own key or had the passcode, or maybe they got drunk and had the freaky sex that they had and then they forgot to lock the fucking thing. I don't know. All I know is that child was in there and she was missing her whole mouth.
Chewed all her lips off.
Something bitter and tore it off, and I just, you know what? I could tell before I even saw that kid that there was something wrong with it. I wouldn't have been like, honey, the girl's in the house again. It would have been like, honey, wake up and get the gun. I gotta shoot the girl in the face. There's something wrong with it.
So, what the fuck? So what's your favorite zombie movie?
I have a few. Because I can't give you one. So I really, really like the Korean series. Oh shit. Not Alive. Hashtag Alive is good. But I keep wanting to say The Last of Us, and that's not it. All of Us Are Dead.
All of Us,
so yeah. Sorry. All of Us Are Dead. And then with that, Train to Busan. I think Train to Busan did exactly what World War Z was trying to do. World War Z was not very scary. It had jump scares, which scares most normal people.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at the zombies and you look at everything else, it's not that terrifying. Train to Busan, they did that. And I was really attached to the big guy. That was a very tragic time for me. I cried the rest of the movie just even thinking about it. It was, why'd they have to take him? He was a good one. And then I also really liked Dawn of the Dead, the remake. And then I did have another one, but I think I'm just going to stick with those. I like fast-paced, disgusting, terrifying zombie movies. I mean, of course the classics are good, but those three are probably my top go-tos right now. Or any Resident Evil movie of any kind. Any Resident Evil movie of any kind. I love them all. None of them did any wrong. They're all amazing.
Hey, I love that last one. Welcome to Raccoon
City. The last
City.
one was,
Yeah.
Yeah, I even like the animated ones.
Oh, the animated ones are stupid good. I love
Yeah, I
those.
love the animated ones. Have you seen the animated Dead Space movies?
This first one. I didn't see the
I'm
second.
pretty sure there's two. I think there's two, and they're both equally fucking as good. They're
Mhm.
so good, so good.
I think people are sleeping on a lot of those like offshoot movies that like you said, Resident Evil and Dead Space.
A lot of them are really used to this. I really do attribute it to like how anime and like stuff like this looks nowadays.
Mhm.
You know, because a lot of these offshoot, video game movies look like the video game
Mhm.
in a way. And I think these people are expecting some kind of like crisp, like I mean just I hate to keep saying it, but like Demon Slayer style animation, when in actuality what you should be expecting is exactly what you're given. It's a video game in a movie,
Yep.
and that's the reason they made it for people to watch. So you don't have to fucking play the video game. You can sit back and watch it all unfold.
Oh yeah. Not gonna lie. I have the was it Resident Evil 7? And I got the VR, so I'm
Oh,
playing it, and I'm playing it over here on a TV I have over here. My wife is sitting over on this couch over here watching TV, and she's just laughing her ass off at me over here with the headset going, like walking around looking.
VR is too much for my heart to take. I think that I would probably, I think I might have a heart attack on the Corn Zombie set if I'm going to be 100% honest with you. If I do VR, if I did VR and played the video games that I play, there's no way.
Did you play 7?
Did I play what?
Did you play Resident Evil 7?
Yeah, is that the one with Lady
No. Yeah. Or is that 8?
no?
It's 8.
Is that 8? I don't
They blur together. Well, there's one where you're the guy trying to find your girlfriend at the beginning.
No, I've not played that one. I
Oh,
played
man.
the one on the boat.
Okay, that's not it. But there's one where you're, and I'm not gonna give a whole lot away, but you're in this thing and it starts flashing between light and dark because the lights are flickering, and she comes flying up the steps from a basement, and she grabs you, and the thing starts shaking and everything, and it's like this close to your face, and you're got that stupid thing on. And I'm over here like
I would
falling
take that off and be
backwards,
done for the evening. That's too
and,
much.
and you got to fight her with like a screwdriver, and that's the worst. It makes it even worse. So
Sounds like the Evil Within. I remember playing the Evil Within, the first one, and they gave you like 5 weapons,
yep,
and you couldn't reuse them once they were done.
nope.
And then you had to just raw dog the rest of the fucking game. The second one got a lot more giving with the things that you could use, but still, once you used everything and you didn't finish the game, you're fucked. You're fucked. They
Oh,
don't respawn. The weapons don't just regenerate. So
nope.
yeah, no. I don't like the duck and hide games. I'm not good at that in life. I like to face things head on because it's scary. And if I don't just full send, I'm not going to want to do it. So I need to be able to do that in my video games. It's like Left 4 Dead. You can just get a little chainsaw going and just in a circle of them. That is my ideal situation. Just take it all down, and if they take you down with them, then at least you gave it your all.
Yep. Going out Dead Rising style. Got your
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, excuse me. I meant Dead Rising. I'm so sorry. That's what I meant. Which the movie for that was not spectacular.
no. My
No.
youngest son just discovered Dead Rising, so he now plays all the games except for like 4. Because my sons are like, Dad, don't buy him that. That's a garbage game. I'm like, okay.
It's not good.
No.
It's not. It's not. And I'm pretty sure. I think the 4 in the movie go hand in hand with like the level of just they put that out so that people would buy it, and that was it. It was not a love project, and
Well,
you could tell.
I think it was made for Crackle. So it wasn't even made for like a mainstreaming network.
Crackle is literally one of the. I love it. It's so good.
Yeah, but I fell in love with Tubi and Plex. So
I love Tubi. I love Tubi because every time I'm scrolling, I see someone I know. I'm like, oh, I worked with them. I know that face. Oh my god. Ah.
I'm like, hey, that person's been in my house. That's the
I've
way to.
seen that me personally, I'm always like, I've seen that person naked. I've seen your boobs, man. I know you. I know you.
See, that's what's bad about people that like friends of mine have done horror locally, and some of them did nude scenes. And my other friends will watch movies like, "Oh, I saw your friend naked in a movie." I'm like, "Yeah, go tell her that. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick."
I love when people come up to me and they're like, "Oh, I've seen your boobs in a film," and I'm like, "Ah, good. I put them in there.
So you've seen
Congrats.
my movie, is what you're saying. So
Yeah, good job. Thank you.
yeah,
Support."
hell yeah. At least it's not as bad as the people at the gym that just try to take pictures of you while you're changing. And
I don't go to public gyms because men are creepy.
there's
And they're like extra creepy, like extra creepy. And the other day I just watched a video of a girl that let a guy into a gym that had a buzzer because she thought he was a fucking customer. And within 5 minutes he was fucking chasing around the gym trying to fuck her. And I'm like, dude, you would see me on Fox News Live with his head in my hand running down the fucking freeway. There is no way. She handled herself in the situation that she was in so well, because I would have picked a weight up and started swinging and I'd have killed that dude. No fucking way.
And I know this comes from a man's point of view, and I didn't pay attention. And I go to the gym, I either go with my best friend, or when I go by myself, I am one of them guys, headphones in, I work out, I leave. I don't talk to
Which is how
people.
most people are.
Yeah, but I was working out late at night, and I've switched it now. I work out during the day, but I work out between like 11 and 1 o'clock in the morning because it was just usually just me. And occasionally there'd be these women working out, and I knew the girl that worked the front desk. And I'd always talk to them, say hi and whatnot. And I'd go back and work out, never pay attention. Well, I suddenly started having these women come up and ask me to walk them to their car. And I'm like, okay, no problem. And then I realized, and the girl that worked the front desk, because there's no lights in the parking lot at night.
They don't fucking care.
And I'm like, oh, as a guy, I never paid attention. I just walk in, walk out. I don't know, whatever. And she's like, and my wife's like, you put off such a good vibe that people feel safe for you to walk them to the car because you've
been consistently going to that gym and you've never tried to stare at their ass once. They're probably like, he's either gay or married. We got to get him to walk us to the fucking car.
The two guys thought I was gay because I was always there with my best friend.
And that's kind of upsetting too, because like two bros can't go fucking work out together all the time?
Well, it was bad because I'm sitting there and I'm working out by myself one day, and these two guys come up and they're standing there, and I'm like working out, and I'm like, take my earbuds out, I'm like, can I help you? And they're like, where's your buddy? And I'm like, he's got to work today. And they're like, can we ask you a question? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, are you guys a couple? And I'm like, no. I was like,
that is so bold of them. They don't even know you to come up to you and ask you a question like that.
And the thing is, though, is I give my best friend shit. I've known him for 30 some years, so I give him all kinds of crap. I'm like, no, because I could do better. And, and the guy even looked at me and they're like, well, we had to say something because you could do better than him. I'm like, I know.
We just wanted to let you know that you could do better than that.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
God, how rude.
I'm like, okay, whatever. I go back to working out.
Letting me know. Anyway, I'm going to get back to pumping the iron here.
Creepy. But no, there's a creepy guy, and I think they finally, something either got said or done, because he used to hit on every woman that walked through that door, whether they be, what's up, bud? You can sit right there on the table. Yeah. Whether they be 18 or 58, as if they were attractive, he was there flirting with them. And I think he ended up like following a girl out to her car. And they're all like, you could see the girls like grabbing their phones, and me and my buddy like stand up like, what's going on? And we're like thinking we're going to have to go outside, and pretty soon you see the guy put his head down and walks inside. He was trying to get the girl's number, and she like just shot him down. And ever since then, I've never seen him hit on another girl since.
I would have, directed him to my pocket size pew pew, and I would have been like, "Do you want one hole or two?"
Like,
Ask me out again. What upsets me is like I made a status the other day about how like directors should not be hitting on their talent.
mm-hmm.
And there was a gentleman that kept reiterating, it's okay. It's not okay to be a creep about it, but I do understand some extenuating circumstances where, people meet on set and things happen and yada yada yada. And I'm like, why did you even need to bring that to this status? This status is obviously not about those people that meet on a set and fall in love, and it's mutual. This status is very clearly about the people that take advantage of the power that they are giving in the indie community or in the higher up A-list Hollywood community. See Harvey Weinstein for his fucking shit that he be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just reaffirms that there are men out there that don't understand the difference.
Yeah.
They're so willing to argue until they're blue in the face that they understand said difference, even though it's very blatant that they don't. Because the set is not a time or place for you to be finding a date, period.
No.
There should be no form of flirtation from the director to any kind of freaking cast at all. Now, what you guys decide to do off the set, that's nobody's business.
Yeah.
If you guys go out for drinks together, as cast and crew usually do, and you guys spark up a conversation, and you discover that you actually like each other, fucking awesome. I love hearing love stories like that. That shit like Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. Like, I love that. That makes my heart so warm, genuinely. But like, coming on set and just flirting with everybody, having expectations already made about certain actresses or actors. Some directors have been caught discussing having intentions with certain actresses or actors, like, I'm going to talk with this person so that I can see if they would want to fuck kind of situation. It irks me.
It's all the power tripping that people do because they've got that power. And that goes down to, everywhere. I mean, I've worked in factories where you got the guys who are the management, like, and then pretty soon, they're like, well, I can get you on another shift or I can do this. And it's like,
it happens in the club too. Guys will buy a $25 dance and then they think they suddenly own your body. And then I have to like really remind them, like, yeah, you paid $25, but that doesn't mean you own shit.
Oh my God. I have almost knocked out one of my friends because we were at a club one night and he decided that this one girl was hot. And I was like, dude, don't touch her. I was like, one is like, that guy over there is going to beat your ass. And then when we go outside, I'm going to beat your ass and I'm going to leave you outside.
Oh, at a strip club?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't, don't. And here's the thing, like, I've been dancing for almost 6 years. Our club is pretty much so like a no-touch policy. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to be nice and like polite and things, I will let you touch my legs. I shaved them for a fucking reason. I'll let you touch my arms if you want, or you could rub my shoulders or rub my back. But that is very far and in between because there are men like your buddy who take advantage of that.
Yep.
Very much so. You give them an inch and they take an entire fucking 10 miles. Like, not even just the one, they take a whole 10. It's ridiculous. The other day I was doing a dance with two friends and I got one of the girls to get a dance with the other friend and the other friend swiped her coochie. Donald Trumped her. She smacked the fucking taste out of this dude's mouth. And his friend looked at me and he was like, oh my God, what happened? Because he heard it all going down. I was like, I think your friend just sexually assaulted a dancer. I was like, we need to wrap this up. I need to be paid for this. You need to be able to go handle your buddy. And like, I got paid. I was tipped very nicely. I think homie got his ass beat. I think homie got his ass handed to him, as he should, because that is a genuine good bro. Correct your dude's bad fucking behavior, and if that means you gotta beat the shit out of him, beat the shit out of him.
Oh yeah, sometimes
y'all not be touching ladies.
Yeah,
just because I'm butt naked doesn't mean you can grope me. Dang it! Now it's tempting, I know, but shit.
Oh,
put your hands.
Well, it's bad is that at one point we used to go to the same club all the time, dealt with the same girls. We became friends with a lot of them, and my buddy dated one, whatever, and we'd all when it bar would close, we'd go next door to Denny's. We'd eat breakfast, hang out with them. But you would have these guys who would like wait. We're just like because we were the ones that would walk out with them, and we'd be standing there like, "Hey, how's it going? What are you waiting for?" Oh, no, no, ride, waiting for a ride. We need to get fucking ride and get out of here is what you need to do. But then
I
you
love
had the
when
other
guys
guys.
wait around.
You had the white
Huh?
knights there. You always had the white
Oh
knights.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to take you away from this. Yeah. Mm.
I love when they tell me that they're gonna save me because I'm like, what about me looks like I would need saving? If anything, you would need saving. I am a handful and a half. I know it looks like a good idea, but it's not. It's kind of like those brightly colored frogs in the Amazon rainforest. Don't touch it.
That's
Leave it
right.
alone. Look at it, walk away.
See, with you being both a dancer and an actress, you get those people who probably can't differentiate between what they see in the theater and what they see in on the dance floor.
Thank you for bringing this topic up. I cannot express to you all out there how much I hate it when you expect me to be an overly sexual human being when I am off the fucking clock.
Yep.
I know that on screen I show my boobs quite often, and I have an OnlyFans and I dance, but that does not mean that you get to message me your pee-pee at 4 in the fucking morning. That also does not mean you get to be a fantastic motherfucker when I tell you, dude, I'm gonna screenshot this and post it on my Twitter with your name so everyone knows you're a fucking creep. Leave me alone. If you want to masturbate to me, go watch my movies.
We had this discussion, me and my wife. I was like, has that ever worked for
No.
anybody in the history of ever?
Actually, I'm pretty sure that at some point in time, it has worked with someone. And that's why they're fully convinced that it's gonna work for them. They listen to Andrew Tate way too much.
Well, what was it? The sheer numbers. If you keep asking girls out and they keep saying no, eventually one will say yes. So it's a numbers game. So I guess if you send enough pictures of your dick out there, one girl will respond positively. I don't get it.
Or
I don't know.
You'll get a girl like me who takes a photo of it and shares it for people to laugh at. Because I've done that.
Why would you even tempt fate to do that, to leave that out there? Because everybody's going to make fun of it.
Because I am a sex worker, men have this they have this assumption that I am a cock-gobbling whore.
Mm-hmm.
And if you truly knew me as a human being, excuse me, come back to me. There we go.
Yeah.
If you truly knew me, you would know that I actually am very non-sexual. I think I'm what they call demi, which means that I have to love you to be aroused enough to even fuck. So that's just, we'll lay that one out right there. And I don't love most things, so good fucking luck. Okay? Good luck on getting me to love you, because I probably will never. I'm not that kind of gal. And I get that I exude this seductive, like, succubi kind of energy, and it is hard, I suppose, to maintain yourself around me. It would be hard for me to maintain myself around me too, but like, I am a human being. I have feelings, I have emotions. I have a mom and a dad that see the shit you say to their daughter, just so you guys are aware too, and we need to start thinking with our first brain and not our second brain. Like, would I want someone to say this to my child? Would I want someone to say this to my mother or my father or my girlfriend? Because it's usually married men sending penis pictures. Surprisingly enough. Would you want your wife having
Yeah,
this sense of humor, you know? Probably not. Probably make you mad.
see,
Don't do it.
that's just the ones that will, especially the married guys. And I've worked with guys who have cheated on their wives and stuff, and they've run around and I'm like, I don't want to sound. This is going to sound like arrogant. I was like, why would you leave a paper trail? Why would you have documentation of it? And that's what you're doing.
Men are so, not just men, human beings are so, oh, we're unintelligent.
We're monkeys.
We're real dumb when it comes to sex. Oh my God. I mean, the majority of the populace is real dumb when it comes to doing anything remote. If there is any kind of fucking involved, our brain completely shuts down and we cannot rationalize anything anymore. It's amazing how we've evolved to have computers and automobiles, and we still can't figure out how to control our genitalia.
You know why we have computers is so we can look up porn and we can drive cars to go try to go get.
Everything revolves around pussy. It's amazing how it just comes back around.
I was like, you know what? I was like, I used to not get in trouble until I discovered women, and then I was a troublemaker. But I have a really good wife.
It's always the woman's fault.
Yeah, it keeps me all well maintained, I guess. Keeps me from doing stupid shit. My whole problem was I was not that guy most of the time. I was like, but Jaeger. I am not good with Jaeger back in the day. When I drank that shit, I have an ongoing joke that the stuff that Dr. Jekyll drank to turn into Mr. Hyde was Jaeger. And but
it's good though, because for every guy that's like that, there's a girl like me. That when I drink, I like to hit men a lot.
Swing on them.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Especially if you give me tequila. Oh, I'm fighting you and your dad. For sure. For sure. You're going to call him and bring him down here before I even touch you because I want to have another one while you're picking your teeth up off the ground. No, no. Stripping has made me hostile towards men. I will definitely say that. Especially in like in an environment with which I don't know you. I will come off very strong, assertive, and aggressive because I don't know you. And I have done nothing but been shown time and time again that men can make shitty choices drunk and sober. Men can make shitty choices in positions of power and no position of power, with money or no money. You know what I mean? So like, and I say those things because I see it in all aspects of my life. Not just the one job that I've chosen to have. I see it on sets. I see it online. I see it in real life. You know, oh no, I was going somewhere with that, and I have stoner brain.
It's 100%
Where were we going? What were we doing with this?
Men in power, well, people in power, period. If they will, and even if they don't have,
I was going somewhere with that.
Well, the worst part about it is, you know, there are people out there, and it doesn't matter. They think that they got that. They think that you're in the public. You know, you're a dancer, you're an actress. You have your OnlyFans. You're in the public. You're out there for the public. That they think that now you're theirs. That's your
essentially I become public property in a way, and it's wild to me because I'm not, and I will show you that I am not, so please don't make me.
And I'm a human. It's bad. It's
I breathe.
If you're in the public, people think differently. I own a business that
and I've noticed.
Oh, I have a comic shop, and I own a video game shop, so I'm very much the face of that. And so people will approach me, even like come up to me like outside of the business. They'll come up to me when I'm with my family. They'll come up with me while I'm out doing stuff. And I'm like, dude, I'm not at work. You just, yeah, I don't know. You wait till Monday, wait till I'm at work. That's nothing.
I
But
don't
people
really
think,
get people in public. I don't get that aspect very much because of what I do. Men don't just walk up to me and go, "Oh my God, I loved those dances. Those were great," because their wife and children are with them.
dude,
So it's more along the lines of cyber stalkers, real life stalkers. It's not like people just coming up to me and interrupting my family time, which is still, in a regard, yes, very inappropriate, and people shouldn't do it. My livelihood gets put on at stake. And I've noticed that it is that way with quite a few different female indie like actresses that I know. It's like being Bjork. She had that stalker. I don't know if you knew about that or not. You should do it
I
if you
know.
didn't.
The guy with the
We face a different kind of scrutiny from the public eye than you would owning a comic shop, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
It's vastly more dangerous
Oh,
for our well-being.
Yeah,
And
I'm just saying
because people don't understand, like, we're human. You can't do that to us. Like, what we do on screen and as a job does not dictate how we are feeling or the lives that we live outside of our work. And that certainly does not mean that you get to have any say or any ability to be a part of those decisions. You don't even get to have a say or ability to be a part of the decisions that we make on film or, other career choices. And for you to believe that you do have that say just because you have public access to things about us that normal people don't have, I have an entire IMDb with my height, my weight, my eye color, what accents I can do, what attributes I have, all that shit, stuff that people that don't do movies don't have. It doesn't mean that you're special. It doesn't mean that you have any kind of like one up on anyone. It doesn't mean that you hold any kind of like pedestal place in our lives as actors or actresses. It just means that you have IMDb and you can read.
Yeah.
You have to let people have lives outside of this.
Yeah.
Like, Lord have mercy.
That's what I mean. I didn't want to compare the two, but I mean, I just know people overstep the boundaries with just me.
Well, no, exactly. Like, it's crazy that they do that even with you. Like, to walk up to a fucking comic book owner and be like, "Yo, hey, can you tell me when you're going to be getting this number or whatever of this like comic or this video game with this this cover on it?" While you're with your fucking family.
Yeah,
that oversteps so many boundaries. And I would probably look at that person and be like, "Listen, flattering, yes. If you do it again, I'm going to ban you from my shop and I'm going to get a restraining order because this is preemptive stalking. You do not just bother someone in public. Like, people getting upset when celebrities don't want to take fucking photos with them when they're out to dinner with their mom.
Yeah.
Or shopping for groceries. Bro, you're lucky they don't tase you."
I've said hello to like celebrities. Like, I've run into people like outside. I'm like, I've like walked up to, I know it's bad, but the wrestler, the Big Show, the giant. He was at a Walmart, and I was walking by, and I was like, I kind of looked, and I had to walk back. I'm like, I'm gonna go up. I said hi. I thanked him for his work. I appreciate it. Whatever. He shook my hand. I thanked him and walked off. End of story. And but then there's like, I know people that if that would have been them, they would have been like, "I need a picture. Give me that." I'm like, dude was buying peanuts at like midnight. I don't want to be the dick that bothers
just
him.
Say hi and that you're really excited you had this opportunity to get to fucking meet them and walk on. They'll probably actually remember that. Honestly, in comparison to all the crazy shit that they have to deal with, someone being calm and collected and coming up and simply thanking them like a normal human being would and walking away, I would remember that. There are quite a few people that have come up to me and said hello and said, "I've seen these movies and I really enjoyed your work and I remember them." I've accepted their friend requests on Facebook, actually, because they weren't weird. They weren't aggressive and abrasive and all up in your face begging for sign this, sign that, I want a picture with you. I get a lot of the times, "I'm subscribed to your OnlyFans. Let's talk about your content." And I'm like, I'm literally in the middle of Kroger buying sushi. I don't want to talk about anal. I'm actually like, what? I'm buying sushi. You think I'm going to be doing anal for the next 4 days? No.
No.
No butt content for a while after I eat this meal. Why would you? Why?
Yeah.
I really love what you did with that. Nope. Don't even say it. Don't even tell me what you loved and what I did it with.
You all right?
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, that's my wife and my kid.
Hi.
She said hi. He goes, hi, Vince. No. No. Go play, bud.
Oh.
Nope.
Hi anyway.
She said hi. Ah! Give me a hug, bud. Nope. All right. All right.
He said, absolutely not. No affection for you.
Nope, not today. We already had that conversation. So, well, I'm gonna get ready because you got food to eat and I got food to eat. But we're gonna talk more. I'm going to. I told Jamie and I want to get all three of you yet again. Like, still want to do that. I told both Jamie and Angel. I'm going to be a guest at a horror convention in Virginia. So I'm like telling everybody to come up because I will get you in. I don't care. And
it just depends when it is.
It's I think like September 12th, I think.
I don't think I have anything in September, but I'll have to.
Yeah.
I have to look and make sure. My family takes a Tennessee vacation in the fall every year. We all get together and go to Tennessee. So I have to see what month that is.
Yeah, it's
Is Virginia close to Tennessee?
Virginia. It's over by the ocean. It's not far. It's legitimately. It's not far from
Tennessee. Well, then maybe I could.
Yeah, it's like 10 hours for me. So what you eating? Oh, you're eating leftover pizza, dude? Okay. So, but yeah, we'll get that. And like I said, okay, so I'll ask you, I'll put links to your stuff up here. You know, if you don't want me to put a link, like I usually put your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, all that good. Your face. All right.
All the links are good.
Cool. You do conventions yet?
So I did a meet and greet with Donald Farmer, that Scream Queen Shockathon, and it went well. I sold a couple of photos. Everyone keeps telling me that I have been talked about quite a bit, and that my name is circulating a lot. But I try to be really humble about things, and I'm not trying to like get a booth preemptively before anyone really knows who I am, before I have any movies to sell. So I'm probably not going to do any conventions until at least one or two of these movies come out so I can buy copies, and then I have actual proof of work aside from things that I did back when I was 18, 19 years old, because I mean, that shit's years old and I've grown and changed exponentially as an actress and a human being as a whole within that time period. So I don't really want to be hawking things that don't really show exactly what I'm capable of now. So when Debbie Does Demons comes out and Slaughter on the Set comes out, I'm going to be, hopefully, I want to buy a booth at Cinema Wasteland. That is my favoriteest convention in the entire world, and I would love to be able to do that someday.
Cool. And as I've told Angel and I told Jamie, we got a convention in my little hometown that I do with the comic book video game. It's convention across the boards. But you're invited. It's June 5th. You can, or June 5th, whatever that Sunday is. I'm drawing a blank on my own convention.
Okay.
But you guys can come up. I will give you a table, and
I do cosplay, and I'm really big into video games and all kinds of other things too. So it's not like I wouldn't be in my element. I would quite enjoy that.
Yeah, but you're welcome up here, and I'll get you a table and get you guys all set up. So if you want to come up, but
that'd be so fun to have a table with Angel again.
So yeah, I just got to nail everything down, and if not, we're doing another show in November, which hopefully will be 2 days. So we're working. We're hoping to grow. So
that's exciting.
Yep. So all right. Well, I'm gonna let you get back to your food so you can eat it because it's probably cold as shit now. And
you as well.
And I'm gonna go throw mine in the microwave, And you have a good night.
I'm gonna microwave mine.
And my dog's gonna knock over the table. So take care, and
Oh, they're
thank you so much for
cute.
being on the show.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, and like I said, anytime you want to come on and talk about anything, just let me know and we'll schedule it. And I'm up till real late at night, so even if you can't make it in during the day, you can just go, "Hey, can I talk for an hour?" Yep, I'll figure out a way to do it. So,
Awesome. Okay.
all
Thank
right,
you.
well, take care. See ya.